I don't know what woke anyone else up, but you're learning about survival for a reason, so that might be the same reason as me. I learned that our government was a threat to us. I know that many people understand that, but they haven't come to the terms with it. They don't truly know what that means, that our government is a threat to us, and that we've been completely infiltrated, our government with elitists who want our lives taken from us so that they can live in better luxury. There's not really any other way to say it, if I'm honest with you, and there's no other way to put it. So that is how I'm going to be stating it, and I'll stick by that until the day that I'm gone. We all need to be prepared for what's coming. You all need to know what's coming, and you all need to know how to feed yourself, other than the proverbial I'm gonna catch rabbits and deer for the rest of my life. Because I can promise you that's not going to be your main source of food. It's not sustainable. It's just not realistic. For me, I can imagine stinging nettles is probably going to be my go-to. But I know many others. Acorns will probably get me through the winter. But like I said, I know many others, and I'll be teaching you that along this way. I'll be showing you my journey and bringing you along to teach you things so that people can understand how to survive in the outside world rather than rely on everything that's just handed to us from a shop. You pay for it, you pay for it. You pay for it in labour. You're all slave workers. You're told, here is the bare minimum that I'm allowed to pay you for your services. For you to work 5 days a week, every single week, for however many years until whatever happens down the road. They will only ever pay you the bare minimum or very slightly above it just to entice you into it. But we all know that it's just a steal anyway. They're just robbing you. They're stealing your money. They're stealing your services while making a shit ton of money on top of it. There's no other way to put that either. The way that I look at it is survivalism and bushcraft, for instance, are going to be the ways that we survive in the future. When our government tells us that no, you're going to be put in prison if you don't conform to this, or if you don't listen to that, or if you say that any sort of dissent against your own government, if you don't fight the wars that they want to force you into, when martial law comes in, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Are you going to say, okay, it's my time to go die for my country that does not care about me? Or am I going to keep me and my family safe? I think we all know the answer here, because I don't think any of us truly want to die for our governments. I couldn't imagine it. It's a disappointing world that we live in when we can't vote for what's right because nothing's right anymore. I didn't really have a plan when I came out here. I didn't have much plan for writing this. I didn't write it, shall I say. I don't have much plans on going onwards, shall I say. But the thing is, we have to keep going onwards. And the reason why I say this is because all the politics, everything that everyone's doing at the moment, all the spreading of the information, all the making everybody aware, none of it's working. It doesn't matter how many people know. It doesn't matter how many people stand up. It doesn't matter how many people protest. It doesn't matter how many people you force in towards the government's way for them to go, we're not giving you the opportunity. Our House of Lords is filled with vile scumbags, and that's not going to change because we don't vote them in. The question is, why are they still in power? How many times can we say we don't want our country run by Keir Starmer? For Keir Starmer to go, I will do what this country needs and I will never stand down. We don't want you here, Keir. Jog on, mate. It's like the whole of the elite, all of the WEF Davos bastards. think they can control our lives, tell us what we can and can't eat, where we can and can't go, what we can and can't do, whether you can drive a vehicle or whether you have to walk because you've drove too many hours this year. Telling you you're not even allowed to leave your little town. You call that a concentration camp back in the day. This world's heading to a very dark place. We are already in a very dark place. Everyone remembers COVID. It seems far away now, but everyone remembers it. We know what they did to us. We know what happened. We're not stupid. We've seen the evidence. And that's why you need to be ready. Anyone that tells you that the government is not a threat to us does not understand a single thing about what is going on in this world. Every government around the world seems to be waging a war on its own people and on everybody else simultaneously. They want to do that so that they can kill more people. How does a government kill its own people without its own people knowing? They get another government to go, we're willing to do it if you're willing to kill ours. It's simple maths. They make all the money in the process. You buy the bombs from them, you kill the people. Bang, profits. All of the clothing, all of the bombs, all of the ammo, all of the fucking machinery, all of the rations. It's a very profitable thing, war is. Especially if you're in the aim of killing people. You can't win a war nowadays because everyone dies. And that's just the way it is. Look at Ukraine. Look at what's going on in Israel. Look at what's going on in Iran. Slaughtering their own people for protesting. You couldn't make it up, could you? Yeah, we still stand by. You don't see constant riots every single day. It's because most people don't know. Most people are too scared to go and look for the truth. And most people don't want to have to keep repeating the same stuff every single day that drills you into that hole and lets you think that there is no way out. But truly there is a way out. And that's not relying on the government. A government isn't going to fix a corrupt government. The people will. But if the people can't beat tanks, bombs and nukes and robots, then what can you do? You can run. What do they say? You can't beat him, join him? That was my brother's aim. He's no longer in my life now, and I bless that. I wouldn't want someone around me like that. I may have no family left, but I have my wife, my daughter, and my dog. And that's all I need to keep me happy. And as long as I can learn as much as I can possibly to keep them safe in the future, then I know I've done everything I can as a man to keep my family safe, and I would be willing to die for them. And I understand that you probably feel the same way about your loved ones, which is why you're here today and still at this point of this video. You need to learn. You need to learn how to build a house. You need to learn how to build a water filtration system. You need to be able to make clay items like pots and pans for cooking in and for storing food long term. You're going to be surviving long term. This is not going to go over quickly. This war is going to last an extraordinarily long time. This will be the bloodiest war to ever happen. And you need to know that nowhere will ever be safe, and you will need to always look over your shoulder. But that's much better than being put straight in the front lines to die. Remember where you want to be in the future. Would you want to be dead in a war zone, sitting there with PTSD in a bunker or a bloody trench somewhere, hearing guns constantly, bombs constantly? Just wondering when are you going to die next? Hey, when are you going to be the next person to die? This isn't how I expected my video to go, if I'm being completely honest with you. I'm out here and it's pissing down with rain, but it's alright. I don't know how stupid they think we are. I saw by the UK protests last year. Crazy. So many people came out. I was extremely proud. But it wasn't enough. And I know I wasn't one to go there. I can't say anything. And I won't, right? I was very proud. You guys did our country and our world justice, but it's not just about that. Getting up in the streets and having a party is not going to bring our country back. They know we know, they know we know. We're not stupid and neither are they. That's why they're the elites. That's why they're the 1%, why they're the richest, most powerful scumbags on our earth. They say 1% of the population is psychopaths. I can imagine that's pretty close to the whole 1%. But what do you think?